Well, I took a little break, but I'm back. Episode 21 of What Dervana is up, and yeah, it's been a little while, but it's great to be back. Last video, if you remember watching it, is those spider mites took out to my tomatoes, and that wasn't cool. I loved having those tomatoes. They're super good, huge. I mean, it's the first time in my life I actually had big-sized tomatoes, but that little tiny spider mite took them out. But what takes out the bad will help bring in the good. And as you see in this video, is that small spider mite took out my big tomato plants, but left room for a jalapeno plant. And the jalapeno plant just blew up, and now it's gonna give all sorts of fruit, and I'm gonna have lots of jalapeños. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna be able to make a lot of salsa with the tomatoes because now I don't have the tomato plants. But the plant is huge, as you'll see in this episode. There's reasons why everything happens, and maybe that spider mite knew that I needed some jalapeños. So it's time for jalapeños and time for my tomatoes to call it quits for the season. So you'll see that it's pretty neat. The two pepper plants I planted that I thought were peppers, they're actually jalapeños too. So a guy gave me 2 pepper plants, and they ended up being spicy peppers too. So I'm just full of spicy peppers coming up. And we'll see how that turns out. Unfortunately, like I said, I don't have the tomatoes to be able to make the salsa with them. So no green peppers, no bell peppers, but a lot of spicy peppers. I don't know if they're jalapeños because he didn't tell me, but they're definitely not bell peppers, not sweet peppers. So the land I have I'm probably growing about 1% of my food. So it's just not enough. I need to get my food from somewhere else. In this video, you're gonna see how I kind of supplement that growth, how I supplement the 1%. A lot of it has to be bought. The majority has to be bought. And I do have a place here close by that lets me get that nutrient-dense food from local people. And the people are great. I love talking to them. Every Friday I go out to a place called a feria, and that's where they're at. And I get some good organic produce or nutrient-dense produce where they don't use any type of chemicals to grow their food. So I'm glad I'm able to eat just a little bit more chemical-free food, and most importantly, give that to my family so they can be as healthy as possible. Don't miss the end of this episode because you're going to see how I cook some of these vegetables. It's because some of these vegetables are not used that often, like Swiss chard. Not many people know what to do with Swiss chard, so I kind of show you how I use some of these vegetables and how I cook them, and hopefully that gives you an idea, and then you could take those ideas and throw me back some ideas so we can cook nutrient-dense food together and make it as good as possible. Of course, it's always good because it's nutrient-dense, but to make the flavors even better. You also see the trees I'm planting out back, so I do have a couple of trees, as you see, and they continue to grow. And well, that's what you're going to see in episode 21. Again, it's great to be back. Hopefully you like this episode, and well, thanks for watching. Enjoy. So I don't know if you remember, but I used to talk about having a small little pepper plant about right there in the planter box. Well, now that it's all grown up, as you can see, it's not a pepper plant. It's a jalapeno plant. And the coolest thing about this, I didn't realize until I started to see some jalapenos coming up, is I brought some jalapeno seeds from the States, and this was the last one. None of them had given me any fruit. And I planted the last seed, and I didn't think it germinated because I forgot where I put it in the egg carton. But it ended up being the jalapeno plant. So now, as you can see, I mean, I don't know if you can see because it's all the same color. There's probably about 40. See, there's some more there. There's another one there. There's about 40 jalapenos on this. So I'm gonna have seed to save. I thought I was done with my jalapenos, but nope. The last one decided to give me a plant, and it is just beautiful. There's jalapenos all over this plant, and the funny thing is, probably wouldn't have done it if those tomatoes would have survived. I don't remember, I had these beautiful tomato plants going all the way up to the very top up there, and I got a nasty little, almost invisible red spider, and it killed them in a couple weeks. I mean, they were done. They just didn't survive, and this plant was right next to it. It was growing all right, and it didn't even touch it.
And now look at this, it just grew up and I got tons of jalapeños coming in. And I just cut down the, as you can see here, all the concrete, and I placed a lot of the leaves back, hopefully to help it to keep the soil fertile. This plant, basil plant, was actually given to me. I didn't think it was going to survive because it was a huge plant, and I planted it thinking it wasn't going to survive. But look at all the basil leaves that also. So as we move from summer growing into fall garden, I'm going to start planting, and I put some compost. So there's my homemade compost again. So I'm going to put all this back into my planter boxes, and we're going to plant the fall garden. Tell you the truth, I'm going to leave these tomatoes to see if I can get any more tomatoes, because as you know, well, I don't know if you know, but it doesn't get that cold here. So I might be able to get some tomatoes through the winter. That'd be awesome. These are the citrus. So I figured out this is a lemon tree because you can smell it on the leaves. And can't tell yet what that one is, but that's all. They're all going to go into little teeny boxes, little planter boxes. And this is also another citrus. I'm going to save them all. There's a true pepper plant, and we might get some peppers out of it. As you can see, some of these flowers. So we're hoping to get some peppers out of it. We've eaten all the green onions. We've eaten the majority of the what are they called again? Puerro in Spanish. I'm trying to remember what it's called in English, but as you can see, we ate pretty much all those, and I found some little ones and I planted them again, see if they'll give me some more. And there's another pepper plant, so I'm hoping we'll get some more peppers too while I plant this fall garden. And then the other day, I went and visited a friend, and he got me this pine cone. Check this out. It's just a monster. It's a monster pine cone. What we're going to do is we're going to take all the pine nuts, and we're going to eat the pine nuts. He said it's pretty good. So he gave me one of these, and we're taking all the pine nuts out of it, and we're going to roast them. And before I end this film, so remember that's where I have all the concrete for. I make the concrete slab. So I cut them all. I put a lot of the seeds here, a lot of the leaves here, drawing some other ones, and still nothing out of the mango seeds. But yeah, I just planted them a couple days ago. So we'll see what happens. But that's what we're looking like, and like I said, I'm going to start planting some seeds to get ready for the autumn garden. But I'm so excited about that jalapeno plant. I couldn't believe it. I'm going to have some jalapenos, and I'll be able to save some seed for years to come. So I remember what they were. I'll just tell you what they're leeks. So these are the leeks I actually pulled out just today. This is the majority of we're about to eat all the leeks. And these are some of those nuts from that pine cone. Of course, the nuts inside. So we're going to boil these for half an hour and then break them open and take the nuts out. Pretty crazy how big those are, huh? But leeks, I remembered, so I had to make a little video and tell you. And those are the leeks I pulled out today, and we got a couple left. And like I said, going into the fall garden. Incredible, getting pretty crazy. So in my little mini urban garden, I can't grow much of my own food. I grow some of it, but very little. So what I do to complement it is I actually go to the markets around here. I come close and I buy other stuff. For example, I buy Swiss chard when they have it. And I buy beets when they have it. I also have some lettuce that I bought today, and I also have arugula. So there's things that I also look for in the community, and that's just a great way to get to know them and give back to the community also. So these are things I actually buy because I can't grow all my own food, especially it's not because I wouldn't like to. It's just I can't at the moment because of space. But I do grow some of my food, and other food I get by getting it locally here, grown locally without chemicals. So that's another thing I do. That's part of the urban garden, is get what you can't get from places that you know are doing the things right or growing food without chemicals. Well, so that's another important part of the urban garden. So you just saw me showing you some beet leaves and Swiss chard. And what do I do with the beet leaves and the Swiss chard? Most people don't eat much Swiss chard and beet leaves nowadays. Beets, of course, most people do, but then they throw out the leaves. But you can actually eat them. They're very nutritious. What I usually do is I clean them and then I actually boil them. I boil them and put them in the freezer. And here we put them on top of
It's called a tarta, and it's kind of like a pizza, really, and it tastes really good. And that's how I use the Swiss chard leaves and the beet leaves. And there's many other ways to do it, but those are the ways we use it most commonly here in our house. But interesting, very nutritious, and it's great to get food grown on fertile soil because I can't grow it all myself. So looking around in the community and finding those people that are doing it also is a great help to help me eat nutrient-dense food and also give my family nutrient-dense food, which it's so important in our health to eat nutrient-dense food without chemicals. All right. Well, I'm back. I'll just finish this episode real quick. Thanks for watching. Hope you liked it. Again, if you want more information, go to pastosverdesfarm.com, where I do a lot of other things. I have a podcast where I talk about health and easy ways to reach your health potential. So go over there, check it out. You can join my email list, and there's all sorts of other things you can do there. You can get a copy of my book, The 4 Pillars of Health, if you haven't. That's where I kind of give you the philosophy of health that I believe in through all the studies that I've done and all the learning I've done. So again, thanks for watching this video, helping me take this challenge of not having too much land and turning it into the way. And we'll see you next time on Huerta Urbana.